Let's turn on comments. Hey, what's going on, guys? Here, well, it's been a while since I've done one of these things, so let's hope this thing turns out half decent. No real plan for it, just waiting on some people to get in. And again, like you have other things to do at 2:30 on a Sunday afternoon, but this is when I had some free time, so we figured we'd try it and see how it goes. See, hey, we got a couple people joining in. What's going on, guys? Good Sunday afternoon. How's the audio? Anybody hear me? I have no idea if I have this thing even set up correctly at this point. Let's see. So, hey, our first one. What's going on, Mr. Fireman? How are you doing today? You out there on a join your Sunday? Oh, good. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate that. Like I said, no real agenda on this one, so we're just trying to set it up. I got ideas for this. I actually had an idea for this one for a while. Just finally finding the time to do it and get everything set up. So, thank you, Mr. Mike. How y'all doing today? Where's everybody at? I don't even know. It's funny because I get subscribed. I had a subscriber from like the UK the other day, and I was like, a UK guy watching a video in the US. So it's amazing with YouTube how many people you can reach. Thank you, Mr. Alex. What's going on, William? How are you, sir? Sorry if I'm looking up. I'm trying to read the comments. I got it, my computer screen set up back there so I can see who's doing what. What's up, Mr. Fly Rabbit? How are you today? Georgia trucker sitting in Arizona. That's kind of irony. Is it any cooler there than it is here? Glad to be inside, that's for sure. Hey, what's up, Eric? How are you doing, man? How's it going? North Carolina. I spent a little bit of time in North Carolina. Lived there for 3 years. Well, I was there for 6, but we owned a house there for 3 years. Middle Tennessee. What's up, Trucker Bug? Terminal in Porter, Indiana. I'm in my terminal. I guess that counts, right? So, oh man, more people here than I thought. What's going on, guys? So, again, just a quick one. I mean, I don't really have any set plans for this one. I think for these lives, what I want to do is like have like a topic that I want to talk about, but more just kind of a Q&A on this one, answer you guys' questions and see if there's anything that I need to cover or haven't covered. I did go yesterday and finish setting up the truck. So I actually filmed the truck tour and I'll be editing that after this live. That's what I'm going to do this afternoon. Probably turn the NASCAR race on and edit the video. But the truck tour is finally done. The truck is set up. So let's see. So what do you guys do? I mean, I started out in flatbed and then I went to drive in and I've done reefer. What do you guys haul? I'm just, this is a chance for me to connect with you guys. I see your comments all the time. So what is it that you guys, what are you guys out there hauling? What is, I won't ask what the market's like. I think we all know the answer to that question, but what do you guys haul? How many flatbedders we got from the original TMC days? Man, that TMC was 3 years ago. Almost to be 3 years in November. That's crazy that was that long ago. Let's see. Heading to Alabama. Alabama, the one place I don't know anybody. I have family from there, but I don't know anybody in Alabama. And in my hauling, I've never done a lot to Alabama. I've done some when I was doing flatbed with Prime. I did a lot of stuff in Mississippi, but not a lot of stuff I've gone through Alabama, going to Georgia or going to Florida. Drive in. All right, man. After loading that truck up yesterday and in the heat, again in the middle of the day, I think I made the right decision going flatbed, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Maybe this sitting at home with the summer is going to make it a little easier because it's an experience, that's for sure. Decathlon drive-in, cardboard boxes home every night. Okay. I pulled my first load at Prime Flatbed was a step dig full of cardboard that went from Missouri over to Oklahoma. Well, and as a matter of fact, that was the first load when the blue truck broke down, and then that was the second load they gave me when I finally got a truck that worked. So that's the only cardboard hauling experience I have. Yeah, I am. I it's kind of like the load levelers. I actually found out my trailer did have load levelers in it. But I've never used load levelers, so I'm not going to go out and hook a load with load levelers. Banners and flags and wide loads. With the step deck, I'm hoping to get some wide loads. I actually had a conversation with a buddy of mine just the other day about it because that's one thing I've never done. So there will be a video that either says my massive fail hauling oversized or I'm hauling oversized now. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's on the agenda for sure. Jeff, what I hear and what I read, so, I've had my authority for 30 days or so. I'm still on the load boards every day. And they talk about flatbed freight is down, but flatbed freight, like everything else, I guess, it's very seasonal. The summer can be good. The winter time is not really great, and the beginning of the year isn't really great for flatbed. But I watched a video broadcast the other day, and so, I'm studying the market, and I think flatbed right now is about 240 a mile when it's normally about 260 a mile. So flatbed freight it's down, but it still pays a little bit more. Like I said, they were complaining about, hey, this flatbed loads $2.10 a mile. I was like, I was hauling dry van for $1.35. So, it pays more, obvious more work, and they are typically, as we say, shorter distances. So, it's hit or take. I mean, I still think flatbed technically still pays the best, but the best is subjective because it has to do with how far it goes, how much it weighs. 45,000 is a heavy dry van load, and that's not really a heavy flatbed load. So that's the market is obviously bad all the way around, but I've also not been able to not find loads. I will say that even coming out of Dallas, because I'm looking at where they're going. There are loads out there. You obviously, you're less picky in this market, but the flatbed rates they're in there. But again, as you saw from the video and all the equipment, it's all a lot more expensive to start it. It's more expensive than I even planned for it. But that's the way it's for. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Ross? Good to see you. I watched the fight last night. It was a pretty good one. You got me turned on to the UFC now, and now I'm like a fan, and I don't even know why, but you got me turned on to it, so I appreciate that. Uh, for those you don't know, Ross is Johnson's Logic. He's one of my mentors and showed me how to take risks. And he and I were talking one time, and he mentioned UFC and how much that he likes it, and got me onto it. So thanks. Cost me $80 last night. Wisconsin to Alabama twice a week. Let's see. I do this. I'm still learning. Wisconsin, Alabama twice a week, 3,300 miles, or Wisconsin, Alabama, 3,700 miles. Yeah, that is one of the things that I am looking at doing is not necessarily out and back. So I'm not necessarily going to run like TMC where like, hey, I'm going to leave on Monday and be back on Friday, which wouldn't be bad. But we're definitely going to be doing some things like that, I guess. Some trying to do, Texas to Wisconsin. The Midwest is where I like to run. I don't necessarily, I've really come into New York, Utah. But once the winter hits, I'm not trying to go out west. But they say that flatbed freight markets are still really good in the Southeast, but that's Southeast is where it's hot. So that would make sense. That was a good fight last night. Like I said, appreciate you turning me on to that. That was impressive. Let's see, man. So, like I said, the truck is now 100% loaded. I got finally, after what seemed like forever, I was actually able to talk to IFTA yesterday, and they've had my application since June the 27th. And she went through the application and told me, hey, everything looks good. We're just waiting on someone to review it. I said, well, how long does that take? She said, no, that's the wait time. My wait time isn't processing, and the wait time isn't, hey, we got to make sure you have all your T's. No, the wait time literally has just been waiting for someone to open my file, approve it, and send me my stickers. But she swears that should happen probably on Monday. So I should have my stickers on Tuesday or Wednesday. But the truck is now completely loaded up. It's ready to rock and roll. Literally, I got to buy food and we can go. So this is a live from home, and I'll do most of my lives from home just because it's easier set up and more comfortable. But the truck is actually set up and ready to roll. I now have everything on it except for banners and flags, but everything in coil racks. But again, you have to be set up for everything, like I said, with company drivers, you drive a company, they give you all the equipment because you never know what you're going to haul. In the fact that I guess I can be a little bit more picky, or I can be picky on where I go and what I haul, I'm kind of being careful what I set up for. Like I said, I have load levelers, and I'm not even really taking them on the truck right now because I've never used them. And I'm not going to go out there on my first load and try and figure out how to chain something up. Hey, still a company driver. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with being a company driver. Now I'm got videos coming up about it, but there are times that I wish I was still a company driver, but there's nothing wrong with that. I've never had a problem with company driver because it is steady, man. It's awesome. I'm just glad I'm just glad I'm running at prime. All these headaches I've watched you go through different carriers. Now I do your process. I got nearly 300,000. My truck is. I got nearly 300,000 miles, and my truck is paid up. Well, congratulations on the paid off truck. That is definitely the way to go. And there have definitely been some headaches and definitely some job hopping mistakes that I've made. And that is probably one of my biggest, I don't know, regrets or whatever is the job hopping thing. But this industry is so different. It's like, if my wife went to work tomorrow, they make a product, they make lubricants. You're not going to go to work tomorrow and, hey, we make tires now. And my wife doesn't go to work and say, hey, call me on, hey, I'm supposed to be on for dinner, but we couldn't find a meeting, so now I got to go to San Antonio. So job hopping, I'm actually going to dive into that a little bit more in an upcoming video, where I screwed up doing it, because I definitely made a lot of mistakes and some things that I learned, and hopefully pass on some information. But again, congratulations on paying off that truck. That is huge, and anybody with a paid off truck can tell you that it changes the game a lot. I'm more worried about focusing on getting my maintenance account up because we went overboard with the trailer and all the securement gear. So I need to get my maintenance account built back up. That's going to be a big one. Let's see. Would you be able to share what your weekly break even is? So I'm going to be going into videos for sure about money, obviously, because why did I take this risk, and what's the money game looking like? But I can tell you again, my situation is completely different. I'm not even saying that. But my total fixed costs per month is $2,350. That's what I gotta make. So literally, and I'll go into this in other videos, but since you guys took the time, I'll share it with you now. So let's say on July 1st, I get a load out of Dallas going to Ohio, or let's say New York. Make it a little further because freight sucks and rates aren't great. If I take a load from Texas to New York and it pays $3,500, and that takes me from July 1st to July 5th, July 6th. Let's just waste some time, right? We're slow. And that load pays me $3,500. Again, I make 100% of my profit as an owner operator. And by the time I cover my fuel, that one load would pay all of my fixed costs for the entire month. So from July 6th to July 31st, every load that I run is profit, minus fuel, minus maintenance, minus tolls. But yeah, so my fixed costs are about 500 and something bucks a week. I think I got 51, 554, something like that is my weekly. That is my weekly break even is literally $550. Now, my situation is different, and I'm going to apologize for that. I got blessed, but my fixed costs are very low. And there is also, just so you know, a school of thought that says I did it wrong. But my situation is my situation. If I would have financed my truck or financed my trailer, you know, and I'll do again, a good idea, just so I'll be doing a video on what my authority cost me. That was a lot of cash. Could have gone to a small business loan, but situations are situations. So I did it my way. Now, so basically, when I say everything else is profit, basically everything for the first year, I won't be profitable for about a year, would be my expectation between maintenance account, what I've got invested. But I'm also doing a 50-50 split where my profits are 50% back to my family and 50% back to the business. Because while at this said point in time, we're just starting out, I have plans to grow. This is not just, hey, here's my one truck. Here I'm self-employed now. It's a whole lot more and a whole lot bigger plans for me. So a whole lot of money will be going back into the business. It is a nice trailer though. It is a very nice trailer. I told you, I had the brand new Mac 48-foot flatbed that I was going for, and then I kind of no, I really don't want brand new. So I went to buy the other one, and the guy didn't come through on what he said. He's like, bring a check and they'll do it. Brought a check. They didn't do it. And so that trailer, literally, I was going point blank, so you guys know, I was going to Melton and Tulsa and buying a 53-foot all aluminum I forget, theirs were Max, but it was a 2018, and they were company trucks, steel wheels, no toolboxes, none of the ramps and all that. And I literally, I'll do one more search on truck paper, and that's when that trailer popped up. And he just happened to be local, and it was a whole lot of trust because, like I said, he owed money on it. So it's like I sent money through the old interwebs to New York and hoped I got a trailer, but he's a new guy. He was a good guy with legitimate business. So I took a risk, and it definitely paid off on that side. So yeah, the trail, like I said, it was hilarious because I don't know if y'all mentioned seen in my other videos. I mentioned that he left me a box of J hooks, which you'll see in the truck tour coming up. But I didn't notice that underneath it wasn't a full box of J hooks. Under the J hooks was the load leveler kit. So I have load levelers that makes my step deck level so I can carry long loads. Now, will I be carrying a whole lot of pipe? I don't know. I really want to focus on vehicles. The content, believe it or not, the guy made the content went that I got the trailer from. He is a contractor for the military, so I really want to do military loads. Any thoughts on OOIDA? Already joined. Think about joining, worthwhile or not? So I joined OOIDA, which is, those you don't know, that's the Owner Operator Independent Driver Association, something like that. I get acronyms in the Marine Corps for 9 years, and acronyms are a thing. I joined because I was going to get my insurance when I first went to the company I was at when I started out as a company driver. And unfortunately, their rates were close, but that first guard just had better rates. I haven't really looked into their discounts. It was like $50 a year. I support them because they go more the legal side. They go through and help truckers out and are fighting for trucker rights. So I joined to support them because I do think they're a good organization. I probably have not used my benefits, but I would join, I guess, if I was if I was an owner operator. It can't hurt. Like I said, I'm more joined for giving them a little bit of money to help them out. Yeah, Ross. I joined for them. I joined, never used them for anything. I probably should. I'm just not sure what to use them for. I simplify Scotty. I got the Marine Corps stickers on the truck. I got one on my hard hat. Hard to believe. I got out in 2005. It's like, again, we talk about, this is not trying to turn into the old man talk channel, but that was a long time ago. But I also just got my 50% Spyderco knives, 50% military discount. So hey, service paid off. Oh man. Ugh. So yeah, what do you think about that idea? I mean, like I said, this one was kind of just spur of the moment and planned on it yesterday. Said I've got some videos to film, but I'm kind of curious on the thoughts on, like what my trucking authority costs, because I don't want to blow up what I do. Like I said, I'm literally just a self-employed guy. There's nothing spectacular, but 3.5 years isn't a long time, but I feel like I have a lot of knowledge, I guess, to pass, whether it's just life because I'm old or trucking because I've done it somewhat the right way. Like I said, we'll get into a mistakes video and that'll be pretty easy. But yeah. So we let's see what else. Yeah, I also I'll answer this question. Somebody said why was my daughter driving my truck? She was driving my truck because she wrecked her car. So she did not have a good driving month in the month of May. So, but she's fine. We're all good on there. So now I got to go make money so I can fix my daughter's car and probably put some of that on the channel. I don't know. Like I said, the trucking content didn't really take off, and not that I did it to take off, but did it for tax write off. But it was somewhat interesting. I thought if you could do it all again, you could do it all again. Would you still find yourself here where you are now? All right. I don't know how many of y'all are country music fans, and I'm just a fan of music in general. But Luke Combs got a song said, "I'd still be doing this if I wasn't doing this." My trucking thing, man, was weird because I don't know if I've told this story or how many new subscribers we have here that don't remember the olden days. I literally can remember being in high school and a dude was dropping out. I really think he was moving, but he said he was going to, ride on his dad's truck. I have wanted to do this truck driving for a while and I just never did. I was in the Marine Corps, and as I had a young family, and I went into sales, which was a terrible experience for me. I did a lot of things not doing this. What I don't, not only would I do it all again, as much as the industry is what it is, I wish I would have done it sooner. there's a period in my life where I did fine. I made money. I was happy. My wife was happy. Our family was happy. I was glad I was here. But you know, I said it. Again, I'm sorry for that weird video I did, but where I was, why the two most important days: the day you're born and the day you figure out why. And this is what I was born to do. I even tried to get out of it. Every time I've got out of trucking, I have literally had the video idea in my head for how I was going to say goodbye to trucking. But it's just what I was born to do. Now, I believe I was born to do it at a bigger scale. I believe that I have the ability and the opportunity to take it off in a big manner, but you got to do baby steps. But I don't know. I think I would be further than I am now if I would have started when I should have. But I got no regrets. That's for sure. What is y'all's, I guess, biggest thing about the channel that needs improving? I guess, not a whole lot of people on here. So these are the guys that actually care. So again, appreciate you taking time. And I'm trying not to overdo it, but I am trying to make my videos a whole lot more interesting. I kind of look back at my old ones and like, these videos suck, but I'm trying to make them better. So if I do something wrong, again, you guys feel free to say. Now that you're your authority, it's all about the miles. Everybody's what you need to be at. If you run at that pace for a year, you'll be sitting pretty. Yeah. Yep. Like I said, and it's kind of funny, timing is what timing is, that all of this and none of this was planned, but my if they're coming in next week and my kids go back to school the next week. So all this waiting that I did ended up giving me a summer with my kids, which we did not take for granted. Like I said, we went up to Colorado and rode UTVs, got some house stuff in order, got to spend some time with the kids. And so, but it again, and again, everybody says, "Oh, don't you want to be home with your family?" Well, my family, once school starts, my oldest son is in college, my daughter is starting college, my other two kids are in school, my wife works every day. So I'm able to go out and run and not be missing as much. So yeah, the plan is to absolutely run those miles. And since they pay more for flatbed, I'm excited about running those miles. So uh, try to haul for the rental company. That ain't a bad idea at all. I was so I told my buddies, I'll haul those Amazon. They're like, nope, Swift's got that on lockdown. But yeah, definitely vehicles would be cool. South Carolina. Went to Myrtle Beach a couple times back in the olden days. Yeah, rental company. You are talking about like equipment rental, because I know like United Rentals and Sunbelt, they have those. But like I said, military loads is what I really want to haul. I think that there's an opportunity there to Humvees. Don't tell anybody. I like shingle loads because they're quick and they're easy. And I am to the point in life where I like quick and I like easy, and they pay good. But with the step deck, I can haul machinery. And again, that's new. This is actually, going to be some new stuff on the channel because me hauling stuff that I've never hauled before. So heck, I may even reach out to you guys for advice on some of that stuff. I, Mr. West, let's see, Orange, Texas, and have my own authority. Good old Orange, Texas. So yeah, I need help getting my dadgum IFTA stickers. It was amazing to me that I called the lady and she's like, "Oh no, we have everything you need. You're fine. We're just waiting on somebody to look at it." I was like, "Well, can they look at it faster, please? That would be much appreciated." Um, Again, I actually had a call. I got a call at 7 o'clock in the morning on my work phone, and I was on yesterday, and I was livid because my phone, literally since I got my authority, has been just blown up with every dispatching service, factoring company, we'll dispatch you type stuff. And 7 o'clock on Saturday, I was livid, and it was a broker wanting to know if I had a dry van available on Monday. I was like, well, I have flatbeds, but thanks, but no thanks. So I've actually got brokers calling me. So we did, by hitting our 30-day mark, we did get set up with Molo. We got set up with Coyote. JB Hunt did just like I think it was who was it? One of the other brokers where it used to be 30 days and now it's 90 days. So I finally got to 30 days, applied to JB Hunt, and they changed the rules. So we only got two new brokers instead of three. Oh, heck no. Shingle loads are where it's at. No, the only thing about shingle loads when I used to get them at TMC was if you got on the weekend, you were supposed to tarp them because it's like the most stolen commodity in Texas. And there's an Owens Corning plant like 15 miles away. You all know the one there in Irving. I love me some shingle loads. I got one Malarkey shingles out of Oklahoma City, was good. They typically load quick. You're not waiting 3, 4 hours, and you don't have to tarp them. So I like non-tarp loads, even though I went against and got steel tarps and smoke tarp and lumber tarps. And you'll see me struggle like all heck with those lumber tarps trying to get them loaded in the truck. Took me, yep. And again, I could have been running. Like I said, it was amazing was that July, right after July 5th, right after the 4th of July is when I have my Texas authority. So I have my Texas DOT number. So I could have been running in Texas. But we kept telling me and told that if it was coming, if it was coming. If it is not here next week, we're definitely be running Texas. But I like the longer loads and I like the longer runs, as you guys know. So it's like I didn't want to do a whole lot of Austin, and I hate Houston. No offense, I don't like Houston, the city. I don't like necessarily delivering in Houston. It's just because parking down there is as bad as it is here in Dallas. So I like getting in Dallas and leaving, and or going into Houston and leaving. I don't mind delivering, but that parking nightmare that is these major cities in Texas that there aren't even rest areas close by. So I got to figure that out because I actually applied with them, but there's again these some people will know, some people care. RMIS is the system where 90% of companies you sign up for your authority, they have your insurance on file. It's owned by truckstop.com. Well, DAT is the one I had to register with Landstar, and they just don't give you any information. So what I actually have to go back and revisit that so that I can make sure, because a lot of these companies don't tell you the how long you have to have your authority, the number of phone calls that I'm going to have to make. I found one called Fifth Wheel Freight that they worked, but a lot of the companies they don't tell you how long. You actually have to call. Hey, I'm calling about load X. Do you work with new authorities? I'm also, and it'll be in a video, I'm going to have to get a DOT inspection because my safer score is none because I don't have any inspections. So we made sure that all the T's and I's and everything's crossed so that we can actually get an inspection. So I'm actually gonna have to walk into a scale house and say, "Hey, can I have an inspection, please?" And I'll probably go to the one in Oklahoma in 35 where I got my first level one because they are always doing inspections there. So inspections are, we typically try to avoid the scale house. I have pre-pass for that reason, but my first stop is probably me going to a scale house. So we will see how that goes because that can shut you down instantly. You get a bad safer score, and all the carriers that used to work with you. Any tips and tricks on that? I mean, I haven't had an inspection since I did that one in California in 2020. So that'll be an exciting hurdle that we will be facing is the good old fashioned DOT inspection. So, but yeah, I would love to haul funks. I actually had a buddy who hauled for Landstar when he did Hot Shot, and it's access to the load board. It's access. You're just trying to build up this plethora of loads. When you were in Texas only, James, what were you running? What was the main thing you were focused on? Trying to take some ideas because, like I said, I have my permits. And again, like if I had to go to Oklahoma, it's only $35 for this 120 hour, basically a 5-day permit. So there are some areas we can run, but again, I enjoyed some family time because when we start rocking and rolling, it's going to be all in full bore. So that's the plan for that. My plan is plan, and every plan goes to what when the first shots are fired. My plan is to leave out on Friday. If I can get it by Wednesday, load up on the groceries on Thursday, and head out on Friday. Try and get a load. I saw a couple loads that they had going up to the Northwest, and like I said, I don't mind running the Northwest right now. I don't want to run the Northwest after the first snow because embarrassing as it is to say, I haven't driven a truck that much. I actually had to back my trailer into the truck stop, and now I have my tandems closed. That's the joy of having movable tandems. So if I'm depending on the weight I'm hauling, I can haul 34,000 pounds on the old trailer there and not have to spread my axles, which does make backing and whole turning as well a whole lot easier. The truck does have a dump valve, but it's not hooked up. So I got to figure out there's an extra pigtail. I don't know all the ins and outs of everything. So like I said, you look content of me making mistakes, you don't expect to see it. All right, James on the flatbedder. Good. So yeah. So outside of the truck tour, I've got some videos planned to be lessons learned, stuff that may or may not interest you guys. Not trying to go crazy over the top, but I forgot how much I enjoyed making videos, but I needed to have something to make them about. So I have no doubt that I will have plenty of screw ups to inform you about. That's for sure. Oh, sorry about that. Got distracted there. Phone looked like it was ringing. So, well, it's been about 30 minutes. Like I said, I don't want to waste you guys' time. I know it's Sunday, so we'll give it a couple more minutes, see if there's any more questions, anything I can help answer. And then I got to get editing the truck tour. So, y'all actually get to see Babe 2.0 with a trailer, see some of the things and make mistakes I've made. Anything that I forgot, please do not hesitate to comment on. Do not hesitate to let me know, hey, you're missing stuff. Because again, this is my first foray. So basically, I'm remembering what I went through at TMC. I'm remembering, what I went through at Prime. I'm remembering what securement gear I needed and don't need it. I got moving blankets. I need to find the little foam corners that I used to have like 8 of them and threw them away for securement and for protecting my tarps. I gotta get a tarp repair kit because I didn't include that either. So anything that I missed equipment wise, we'll find out as soon as whatever equipment that I don't have. I'm sure I'll find out on the first load that I don't have it, and they'll be like, "Hey, do you have this?" I'm like, nope. How much money did it cost to start Not Truck and Trailer? That is exactly the information that I'm going to be covering. I don't have it in front of me. I will give you a quick list for what I remember off the top of my brain because I'm actually going to do, like I said, I'm doing a video on what my authority cost. Now, in full disclosure, I paid a company to do several steps that you can do for yourself. And everybody has their own opinion on this and your own preference. I wanted to pay somebody to get things done right. And I feel like that was quicker. I wanted, not knowing what I know about IFTA, I wanted to expedite the process. So I think I paid about 850 bucks for was 850 bucks, and that was not only getting my authority, but you have to have your BOC3, which is agents in other states. You had to have your UCR, United Carrier Registration, and I gave them my paperwork. Said, "Go get me what I need." You probably could have done it for about 400 bucks on your own if you know what you're doing. I paid about 350 bucks for all of the Texas stuff. State permits were only 50 bucks. I could have filed those, but they gave me a discount because I got them. That was the permits. The truck was 1,500 bucks for my license plate and my registration. Basically, I have to register my fleet with the state of Texas. I did that on my own down at the DMV. That was an actual pain in the rear end with all the stuff you have to have. That was 1,500 bucks. My 2290, which if you don't know, you have to have your heavy highway use permit tax. I just paid that. That was 550 bucks. The down payment on the insurance was about $2,000. And I think that's about it as far as getting my authority in the IFTA. So whatever all of that adds up to, like I said, I'll go through and I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. Again, I paid 350 bucks for my best pass pre-pass. Now part of that is a toll tag. That's what it is. So it's a deposit. And when you get down, it automatically replenishes. So there was that expense. My dash cam and my ELD were free because I'm with Progressive. So I didn't have to pay anything for that. And then that's 55 bucks a month for the service. But again, I didn't have to pay for any of the setup. There was no cost involved there. Your load boards just depends on which one you get. I'm on the $139 DAT load board. So I would say it's reasonable. You could reasonably do it for probably less than 5 grand. Again, excluding truck, trailer, securement, all of that stuff. But the authority wasn't expensive. It's just a whole lot of waiting and stuff that I didn't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure what my safety manager would say about that. No, I plan on doing again. I want to make the videos entertaining. They have to matter, but I do plan on doing some more videos where things actually make sense and kind of breaking down, like I said, instruction. And I have a drone now, and that I use as an excuse. I plan on breaking down a whole lot more because I used to do, and I said that in that funky ass video was here's me talking, telling you what happened, and then interacting in the comments. I want to break down thought processes and what I do wrong and what I do right and tips and tricks, man. Tips and tricks. But it's coming. It's coming. But I want to do it right because, like I said, you can lease on that last company. That I leased onto was great. They didn't tell me how to do anything. It was just too expensive. And they were constantly nickel and diming. And I got to do it the right way. So just but every time I see a TSH truck, I think it's you, and it never is. But I'm gonna run into you one day. I'm gonna run into you, I promise. It'll be great to see your journey continue once you start running. Good luck. I wish you success. Hey, you know what? It's very nice to have somebody wish me success because there were plenty of people have wished me not. Ridiculous and they're regularly calls. I salute you, brother. I appreciate it, sir. You will need to use truck stop that has the flatbed loads. Okay. So they've been calling me and blowing up my phone. So I will definitely have to look up in the truck stop and look at that app. Because like I said, DAT is just what I know. It's comfortable. It's, especially like I said, there's only 7, 8 brokers that'll work with me, or maybe there's more. And that's what we'll do. We'll have to look into truck stop because they are definitely blowing my phone up trying to figure it out. Like I said, DAT is just what I know, and it's very hard when you know what you know. Because, like I said, I signed up for Convoy, and I went through all the trouble and got them insurance permits and got them everything they needed. And yeah, they don't have flatbed loads, so it doesn't. Coyote doesn't have a whole lot either. Yeah, so it was an experience, but well, you know what? This has been going on for about 30 minutes. We got 3 more minutes. We'll go till 3:10. Like I said, I don't feel like wasting your time. Biggest tip I can give you is that you're typing Sunday at church. Yep, Sunday mornings are for church. My daughter works for the church, so we have got a really, really good church, which is going to be hard because we're talking about moving next summer. But we have a very good church here. I love them. So, like I said, and my daughter works there. So, Simplify, Mr. Farman, you be good. We'll, like I said, will we do other lives? Like I said, depending on feedback, depending if you guys actually like anything or they get anything out of them. Because, like I said, I got the free time, and well, I had the free time, so we'll see how it goes from there. So, yep, that's like I said, we're doing a video on what it costs. We'll be doing a video on setup. We'll be doing a video on screw ups. So there'll be some more videos. Like I said, these lives, through these lives, I think going forward, they'll have a little more focus, a little more. Hey, we're going to talk about this, so that I'm not just sitting here going, "What's the comment?" So on that note, we got 2 more minutes. What y'all got? What you got going on? Let's see. All right. Will the Dallas Cowboys be good this year? That's a question for you to think about. Also, I didn't get to play. If you remember back when LSU won the men's national championship and I got to play the fight song in my truck, I didn't get to do that for the baseball team, but I watched every single game. It was great. I made business cards and hand them out everywhere. You know what? I actually have business cards. So I didn't, I was like, I don't need business cards. My wife, who's way smarter than I ever am, says, you need business cards. So I definitely got business cards. Would love to get onto something dedicated. And again, this is the joy of the journey. You guys get to come along with me. And so that's the fun part. Thanks for your help. Well, I appreciate the kind words. I don't ever know how my videos are. I make them because I enjoy making them. So to hear somebody say that they like the videos and that they're good, I wanted to let you guys know that actually does matter to me. Again, I make the videos for me. I'm trying to leave a playbook for my kids on what their father has been through. That's what this channel realistically started out as and has always been about. And it's turned into other things because you guys have come along. Like I said, we've had about 20 people on the stream average, and I thought there would be 2. So, we are going to go ahead and end this, guys. I want you guys to get back to your families, get back to your resets, get back to the business of making money. We'll have more videos, probably do some more lives. I enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm not sure what you guys get out of them, but thank you, Mr. Fly Rabbit. Y'all be good. And as we always say, God bless. And on the next video, we'll be rolling.